Hello everybody, welcome to A Crafter Story. I actually made this video earlier this morning and I'm having to redo it because I realized when I watched the video, that this morning sun coming in created these streaks and you could hardly see what I was doing. So I have these examples that I've made yesterday and that I made this morning on this morning's video, and I'm going to have to do it again. It's okay because I feel like now I have more examples to show you, and I've had a practice run, which is great as well. But this whole idea was something I was working on before, but then I was watching a YouTube channel, channel, I suppose, by a lady called Kathleen Mower, Mower, and I want to start a new journal, but I don't like to theme my journals. I don't mind if the color scheme kind of runs true all the way through, but I don't like a theme so much. But she says, instead of thinking of it as a theme, think of it as a concept. And so she has a mood board and she has folders, and I have a box. So I've taken a shoebox, I put a decoupaged a cute little napkin on here, and I just painted the rest black. And I'm going to put inside this box, this concept box, all the bits and pieces that I want to use in this new journal. Everything except the cover and the signatures, but everything else is going to go in here. So I've already added a few things, and this is a tag that we made together a few weeks ago. This is an envelope that we made last week. There is some coffee stain that I used, paper that we made that I used to make this tag. This I haven't made with you guys, but this is inspired by Hazy Crazy Art. She makes these beautiful sort of negative space color collages. I don't quite know what she calls them. That's my interpretation. So perhaps this is something that we can do together as well. But as a little collage card that I've put in here as well. So all of that is now in my concept box, and everything that's going to go into the journal that I'm planning on making is going to be from that concept box. So today, try and put my pieces together that I knocked off with my concept box. I have I think this is 11 by 14. I suppose I could check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's a 12 by 9 actually. It's a 12 by 9. It's a 12 by 9. Make sure I'm in frame again. Piece of watercolor paper, and I was able to tear out, not cut out, but tear out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces from this one sheet. So I tore off 1 inch there, I tore off 1 inch there, and then what was left I took a 1/2 inch off the bottom, 1/2 inch off the top, and then I've got 4 by 4 inch little squares and 2 by 4 inch little, I guess, tags. And I've coffee stained them and then doodled and stenciled over them, and in places even put on a 3D element. The 3D element on this one was because I messed up. Oh, if you guys could have seen the flower under this flower, my gosh, it was not cute. Not cute at all. This is cute, that was not. So anyway, so my motto is always, if you mess up, stick a sticker on it. And in this case, I stuck a flower on it. That way I don't lose this piece. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside because you now know more or less the measurements: 1 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 4 by 4, 4x4, 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 2x4, and then again 2x4. That is how much you can get out of one sheet. Okay, so I'm going to move this aside. I do have some pieces left from my previous, from this morning. And, what did I do with my coffee? Here is my coffee. I'm going to just, I think, coffee stain these quickly. There's no rocket science in that, you guys, you know. I'm sure that many of you have done coffee stain before. I'm using a thicker paper, in other words, I'm using the watercolor paper, and it's 140 pound, because I want to, it just takes on, it's almost like using watercolor paint on it when I paint the coffee onto it. And I'm doing almost like a little portrait where I'm leaving white space, because I wanted, if possible, to keep the white space on the side. It's sometimes when I'm stenciling, it pushes the coffee, and I lose some of my white space. It's not a big deal. So there's the first one. This is not very strong coffee, it's just regular sort of Dollar Tree coffee, and I think I used a heaped tablespoon and maybe 2 ounces of water. You can make it thicker, darker, stronger. One of the things I want to say, when you paint this coffee onto your watercolor paper, don't put on too much, because if you wet the paper too much, it's going to warp. And so it may, so this one's already doing that, see that? This one's already curling. It's better to, you could weigh it down, you could tape it down, I suppose, as well. Actually, I just realized I'm probably out of frame. Am I? Oopsie, sorry, I knocked that. Nope, I can come back in here. You guys can still see, okay. Oh, I'm just knocking everything. And so I'm going to get this completely covered. What I like about this torn edge on this right hand side here is that it drinks up a little extra coffee, and it kind of gives a darker edge. So it would be almost like I had come in with a ink pad or dauber and darkened it a slightly darker brown, and I haven't, I've just coffee stained it just like that. So let's get this in here, get this nice and covered. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. Let's get rid of some of this coffee that's all over the place, just like that. Okie dokie. Done. Now, you don't have to do this. I'm going to do it with one of them, or maybe both. Let's do both. I'm going to bring in a stencil. Oh, I've got to move this out the way. And get that out the way. Where did my stencil go? There it is. I'm going to put down this carpet. This is one of those things where you put it down. I'm going to put something down. Let's get see if I can stop this from curling. I'm going to do that. Is that? Yep, that works. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of, sorry, got distracted. This is a rubbery thingy, non-slip thing we put under a carpet. I think I've mentioned it previously in other videos. And I'm going to put just a dollop of extra coffee in the odd little space, not everywhere, because I don't want it everywhere, and hopefully it won't run everywhere. Let's see. All right, maybe that's enough. And then on this one, maybe we do like this chevron, but I don't want it everywhere. I think just on the side, just over here. And I'm probably going to have to get out more bottles. I should probably have taped this down. But you know what? It's okay. I got it. Can you still see? You can still see. Okay, good. I'm going to get a little extra coffee and get the chevron shape down. It's running under the, oh, I don't know why it's doing that. It's running under, but I think that's okay because I think that means I'm still going to get the pattern, even though it's reverse of what I thought. I'm probably overdoing it. Okay, I better stop. And then I'll put a little here. And now I have to wait. I have to wait for these to dry. But I'm going to show you an example of another one that I did that is pretty much dry. And that maybe we can use later as well. I've got this very thin stencil. And it's got all these little beautiful little blocks. I don't know if you can see nicely. Let me get something to color block under it so you can see better. There we go. That's better. Now you can see a little bit better. So all these beautiful patterns, and what I did was take one of these little squares and put it underneath. I think I used that middle one, and once I took the stencil off, it did bleed, and I'm probably going to have the same thing with these other two, but we'll see. I did have some bleed, and at first I thought, oh man, why? Gosh darn it. But now that I really look at it, now I think, well, you know, if you have a creeper going up a wall, it's not going to go straight up or straight to the side or straight diagonal. It's going to be all over the place. And this is what I feel like this is. So it's a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit of feathering. So now I like it. And I'll be able to decorate this, and it has a more organic feel. Okay, so I'm going to go away, let these dry, and then we can doodle on them. So you guys, the chevron one that we've got, the little block that we've got, is taking a really long time to dry. So I think I'm just going to shelve that one for this video, because these two strips are dry and we can work on these. I'm going to get out, I think, just, let me get that one out the way, and I think I'm just going to do these little triangles, and if it will just stop sticking. Oh my goodness. All right, there you go. So I'm going to take these little triangles, and I'm going to get, I think, my let's see, maybe we should get our gold out. Let's see how that might show up. And I'm going to, there's a little bit of green on here, so it's going to be a greeny gold. And I think I'm not going to be, yeah, that works. Oh wow, nice. Okay, let's do the next one. Come up, let's see, more or less like that. Oopie. Oh, no movie. Man, it's moving on me. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Get a little bit of ink on here, and it definitely is coming up more green than gold, but there's almost like it almost looks like a bit of an ombre as the green brushes off onto the paper and I get more of the gold. Do you see that? That's kind of nice. I like that. Okay, so last two little ones that I can fit on here, and then this guy, this strip is done. Okay, so that strip is done. Super easy. I love that it's just got this brown coffee stain with a tear on the one side and this very simple design. So when I use this in the journal, either I can put a little bit of fabric and glue it onto the back and have it stick out here, or maybe some coffee dyed lace. That could be nice. I might want to put on a 3D element, maybe like a flower somewhere along the line. I don't know, but this is the base, and it's going to go in my concept box, and it's going to be there to use when I need it. Okay, where's that little one? Here's the little one. And so with this little one, I thought maybe let me draw on it instead, like I did previously. But I'm not really going to be intentional at all. Just going to do that. And then I'm going to do little circles, just rough little circles here, there, and everywhere. And while it might not look like much now, if I add this to a collage page or an art journal page in that journal, I could even tear pieces off this. It doesn't have to be used as one whole piece. It can be used, maybe do a couple of bigger circles. Maybe I could even do a larger circle around there, because why not? We can do whatever we want. Let's do a mega circle there with a little one inside. And super easy, super without thought. I don't always want to think when I craft, you guys. I just want to relax into it. And what comes out the other end comes out the other end. All right, so let's see. Maybe I put in a couple of extra circles because I can, and I wanna, and I did. Okay, like that. So now maybe we want to take a gold and add some gold circles here, there, and everywhere. And they're not really showing up because I think it's too close to the coffee stain, but they are there inside. Maybe just inside there, maybe inside there. I think this is just gonna be fine, and I'm probably, looking at it now, will use it as part of a collage somewhere. And so that one is done. So I've got some collage fodder. Now I want to share a little something with you guys that I had this idea a little while ago, and I wasn't sure if it'll work, but I think it does. So I've got some nail polish, just clear nail polish, and when I have a very matte background, sometimes to me it feels flat. It's matte on matte on matte on matte, you know, it's all just plain coffee stain or ink stain or pen stain or whatever it is. And so I've taken some clear nail polish, just dollar store clear nail polish, and I've decided to just put a clear polish on this heart. This heart already has one layer. I've allowed it to dry. This is now a second layer that I'm putting onto this heart. I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to put a third and a fourth layer on it. And so when you look at this and the light hits it just right, you'll see a whole matte tag with a sort of little embossed, raised, shiny little heart. And it doesn't have to be just a shape. On this one here, I can't do it now because I've just put them, but I have inside these gold, let me bring it closer to you maybe. Just inside these gold circles, I've put a blob of the clear nail polish, and I've already got 2 layers on there. I'm going to try and put a third and a fourth. And again, just as the light catches it, you'll see these little, almost like water droplets, right? And I think that's just so cool. Super cool. Okay, this little heart is wet. It's on its 3rd layer, and it's already getting that embossed look. And just work slowly with your nail polish. You don't want any air bubbles, or at least I don't want any air bubbles. You might not mind, but this one already has a raised look to it because I'm on my 3rd layer. As soon as it's dry, I'm going to give it a 4th. If I can get away with a 5th, I'm going to do that and just get it nicely raised. So just a little something that I thought I'd share with you guys. Let me close this so I don't knock it over, because I tend to knock stuff over constantly. Put that away. I'm going to shift this little guy to the side so I don't knock it as well. And let us see what happened here. So I'm going to, I think it's dry. It's mostly dry. Let's pull it off and see what happens. Not really. You know what? I'm going to bring out my heat gun. I apologize for the noise, just for maybe 10 seconds. Sorry, so sorry you guys about the noise, but I think that might have just given it that still a bit wet. But I'm just going to take it off, I think. There you go. There is some pattern here, it's not as much as I'd hoped. And if I wasn't so impatient, maybe it would have given me a better pattern, like I got with this guy. It's exactly the same method. I did use more coffee here, so it's darker. But the pattern is there. And I'm going to unfortunately have to bring my heat gun out again, because if I don't, we won't be able to stencil on this with this coffee. So I apologize for another 10 seconds. Okay. I think that is still not 100% dry. Okay. I'll give it a shake on the side here. I really thought that I'd given it enough time, but it's going to be fine. I'm just going to work with it. Okay, so I think what I'd like to do is to bring out my stencils, and I'm going to place this one down. I like, which one should we use? I think I like just this sort of diamond shape. See how much ink we've got left on here. Not enough. I'm going to get a little bit of my green ink. Get that down. And I didn't get a lot of running into my white space, which is nice. That's kind of nice that I didn't. Oh, that's subtle. That's nice. All right, let's see what else I can do. Maybe I put something a little darker. But not this. Let's move that away. What about if we do like that? Because that's almost like a beehive design. Oh, I'm using the wrong, it's okay. It's okay. I was supposed to change the side for the other one. Now I've got green, gold, and black on here. Oh, well. Oh, look at that. Okay, I want my number because I'm using numbers in all of these. Now I want numbers 1 through 9. I haven't done 1, 4, 7, and 9. So let me put my number in. Let's see, maybe down here. Put in my number. There we go. Gorgeous, gorgeous, just gorgeous. So pretty. I need a little color here because it's all brown, green, and black. So what if I brought in my white pen, which please will work for me. These pens have been giving me all. Let's put a rose in the middle here. Oh, it's working too well. Got a bit blotchy. It's okay. I think it'll be fine. Put a rose in there. We can put a little leaf coming out to the side. Maybe there. Maybe this got a leaf coming down here. This is a little bit, I guess, like a doodling, you guys. Maybe for balance, we put in a third leaf, just there, like that. looks nice. Where's my top? Here's my top. I think I'm gonna need maybe put in something red. What red should we do? Maybe a flower, right? I think we should do maybe those flowers down there. Let's see, just a little bit of flower power. There we go. That's nice. I like that. Okay, and then I've got a couple of little words that I want to put in, and let me go and find them. So I want kindness. I think this world needs a lot of kindness right now. So, okay, let's put a little bit of kindness, and I'm going to just get a little extra glue, just for a little extra something. Put our kindness up here, kindness, and then I want the word is. There it is. Oopie, go over this way. There's a cutie. Gotta get that. It's so small. Okay, like that. Kindness is. And then I want a. Oh, this is even smaller. No, not the whole thing. Just the word A, just the little one, little guy. Oh, goodness, I'm all fingers. That kindness is A. And then the last one, where is it? Here it is. Treasure. Kindness is a treasure. I do think kindness is a treasure. I think it's, when you find it, it is priceless. And when you are blessed with kindness, it is, for me anyway, always, I'm always so appreciative of kindness. I think it's just nice. Okay, so let's put this away. And with all my other cards, what I've been doing is taking my gold or white pen and putting little sort of almost, I want to say, rivets along the, as if they were drilled into the paper, because just as if it just kind of pops the little number out a little bit, you know, so it's not all just black on brown, and it's got a little bit of character, just like that. There we go. That pops our little number out. And maybe I can put in something else here. I think maybe just a little squiggle. There's a little squiggle. Another little squiggle here. Whoopee, whoopee, whoopee. Couple of little dots. Because we can. Why not? Let's get all dotty. Couple of little dots here. Little dots all over the place. Maybe, yeah. Maybe I put a little squiggle. And I could always put in a little round circle in the middle of these flowers. And put another little circle just to pop it out a bit. Like that. And maybe we want to give these leaves a little bit of a border just to pop them as well a little bit out. Like that. Like that. Maybe I'll darken the space between the petals. That makes it just give it a little bit of an embossed 3D look, I think. I hope. Like that. and I think this one is pretty much done. Where's my white pen? Maybe we can just give, this flower seems a little hidden, like that. Okay, so maybe this one is a little more muted in its design than some of my others, and that's okay because, oh, I'm putting the wrong top on the wrong thing. That's okay because I might want to come in at a later stage, and maybe I don't like this, and maybe I want to put a more 3D effect on that flower like that. But honestly, I don't mind it at all. So let's bring all our examples out, and you will see. I might have to zoom out just a little bit. Let me see. No, maybe not. There. Oh, maybe not that it matters. I'm being a bit finicky. So 2, 4. There's 8. 2, 4, 3. 2, 3, 4. I mean, 5, 6, and 8. Okay, there we go. So every single one of them, while we use the same mixed media, they look completely different. And that is what's so wonderful about this type of craft. So I'm going to see, maybe I can move it up and zoom in just a fraction. There we go. You can see a bit better. And I'm still going to come back and put another layer on here, and maybe another layer on there, and maybe on this one that looks a little more muted than the others, maybe something extra. But for now, I think they're gorgeous. They turned out beautifully. And of course we have our strips as well. I think that one will fit there. And we have this one that we made. Just let your imagination run wild, because you can do anything with just one set of mixed media materials. So I thank you, or as always, for coming with me and journeying on this creative adventure with me, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.